Hey, I got an interview with Howard Price after the acquittal. It's a cold interview. It's never been posted. It's never been seen.
I gotta see that.
Yeah, but he in there confident, like, yeah, I defended, bro. We won that. You know.
I talked to him about it though. He told me how he beat it, and I don't
Yeah.
want to get all in that, but because he was my attorney, I asked him like, "Yo, you know what I'm saying? That was my little brother. That was like my kid. He was signed to me, but more than that, he was family. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He was my family."
So that must have been a little awkward in the beginning of your relationship with Howard Price, the attorney, when you first
No,
met him.
Howard didn't kill him. The DA didn't do their job, and I'm not. And again, when you're dealing with parents and when you're dealing with family, they think a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? It's like this. It's like one of those things. Well, I wasn't wishing jail on Aubrey. You know what I'm saying? Because our mentality is different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Dolla was the same type of person. Like I don't think he would have been wishing. I think it would have been Dolla probably would have been more like we're gonna get at this dude. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So but like I said, when you're dealing with women and you're dealing with family, it's a different outlook on it. So the DA didn't do their job correctly. You see what I'm saying? Like it was a lot of lies. Even like from the beginning of them saying that I socked Aubrey first. You know what I'm saying?
In Atlanta.
In Atlanta.
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
But
I wasn't even in Atlanta.
But they said the guy with the crown tattoo around his head.
They coached him.
Okay.
Because I wasn't even in Atlanta.
Okay.
So for him to say the person with the crown of thorns on his head, somebody had to coach him and tell him that because I was nowhere near Atlanta.
I was sitting there and I heard that.
I was nowhere near Atlanta.
And the first thing I said was, "Oh shit, T Money was there."
I wasn't there.
Yeah, I know. I
so
think
they caught him in that lie or whatever, and that still didn't even help the case. So the DA basically didn't do their job because if you're saying that I socked you first, the guy with the crown of thorns on his head, and I'm nowhere in nowhere in Atlanta, that means somebody coached you and told you I had the crown of thorns on my head.
Yeah. Now, did you ever think how coincidental it was that Aubrey and Dolla crossed paths in Atlanta in that club, and then 2 weeks later they're crossing paths at PF Chang in L.A. from Atlanta to Los Angeles?
Yeah, what's so crazy is God don't make no mistakes, and of course we don't look at life. I mean, this is again like it was a coincidence. Like you had all these rumors that Aubrey followed him.
Yeah.
And all this. That was bullshit because Dolla went to a whole nother state first for a show before he got to LA. He was doing he was throwing his girlfriend at the time a birthday party. Her name was Crystal, and she's from here, but she went to school in Atlanta. So he was gonna throw her a party. I was actually in Atlanta. It was this little girl named Lexi that I was trying to sign. I had Vincent Herbert wanted to sign her over at Interscope. So I was out there meeting with her parents or whatever the case may be. It was a group called Rock City. Toronto used to be signed to Akon or whatever the case may be. They did a lot of writing for me, for her or whatever. So Vincent Herbert and them liked the songs they wanted to sign. So I was in Atlanta when it actually happened. Dolla and them were on their way back to Atlanta after they threw the party or whatever the case may be. And he went, from my understanding, they were supposed to go to Chipotle. Chipotle was across the street at the time from P.F. Chang's at the Beverly Center. P.F. Chang's at the time was Dolla's favorite restaurant. So when he seen P.F. Chang's, he like, let's just go to P.F. Chang's. Then they were supposed to order to go. And then he was like, let's sit down and eat. So it was just really a real coincidence that, you know what I'm saying, that they end up at P.F. Chang's. Like, everybody was telling me he basically argued to go to P.F. Chang's, and they like, nah, let's go to Chipotle, take this car back to the rental car place, get on the plane, and get back to Atlanta. But, him being who he is, and everybody, all right, well, Dolla said, let's go. And they went to P.F. Chang's, and, it went from there.
And this was 2009, I believe, Munch.
Yeah.
And Aubrey went to I think they put him in high power, I'm not sure, but you were in and out of the county jail around 2009, weren't you, Munch?
Yeah, yep. I was in there. Oh, no, and no 10.
So he got acquitted in 2010 and got arrested in 2009. Did you hear about this case when you was sitting in there?
Yeah, but I wasn't familiar with the dude's name, Aubrey, but I was, everybody heard about the Dolla, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Situation. And then I heard the theory, too, follow them. I'm like, when I heard that, I thought it was crazy. Like, damn, he on it like that, you feel me? So it sounded more believable that it was a coincidence. I'm like, his niggas ain't jumping planes following nobody. You know what I'm saying?
No, it was a hell of a coincidence. It was like a coincidence that almost didn't even happen.
Yeah.
You know that, and I find it bizarre. Like I don't know if it was like a week or two apart, but they're in Atlanta and they get into it, and then 2 weeks later they're in Los Angeles and they cross paths and get into it.
So, do this Aubrey do? Do we do music? What do we do? Or just
I think he went to school in Atlanta, and Dollar girlfriend actually knew him. I think they went to school together. Really, the whole thing was a misunderstanding. It was I guess however the fight broke out in Atlanta at the strip club was really a misunderstanding. Again, I wasn't there. From my understanding and my conversation with my people, it was a misunderstanding. And after the fact of that happening, everybody knew mutual people, so everybody got on the phone and squashed it. So they had seen Aubrey multiple times in Atlanta before he even got to LA. So the coincidence of him bumping into him, what I heard, and I don't know, this is a alleged thing. I don't know the person who Aubrey was with, but whoever he was with, I guess when Aubrey walked to the bathroom, he seen Dolla and them, came back to his seat and was telling the dude like, "Yo, the guys that I got into it with are over there." And I guess supposedly, again, I don't know who he was. I don't know his name. I don't even know how the dude looked. Was telling him like, "Oh yeah, they run LA, this and that, this and this, or whatever the case may be. You better get them before they get you." And I guess kind of like pumped a little bit of fear in him because listen, I kind of believe that because I'm from LA. I was born and raised in LA. There's no way in the world I could see my worst enemy unless he has a gun and he's drawing down on me. I'm not shooting nobody in the Beverly Center in the Valet.
Yeah, it is crazy location to shoot somebody.
Yeah, it's like, and I'm from here. We see niggas that we don't get along all the time in the Beverly Center. This is in Beverly Hills. It's like, you go your way, I'm going to go my way. I'm not doing that inside the Valet in the Beverly Center in Beverly Hills.
gotta wait for your keys?
Yeah, so it's like, at the end of the day, I think it was more out of being fearful, which I don't think anything was going to happen. Like I said, I heard it was squashed from the gate. Like after it happened, again, my name came up out there, and they were like, "Oh, T Money's family," and then I heard they all got on the phone or whatnot. So I know. Like I said, I wasn't there, and I wasn't there for neither situation, and I wish I was.
Now the guy you talking about, he came to court and testified, and if I remember correctly, he told Aubrey. No, Aubrey told him those are the guys I got into it with in Atlanta, and then he said something about Mansfield Gangster Crip, and then the dude was like, "Well, if them dudes is Crips, you need to hurry up and get up out of here, and just go." And they didn't even finish what they were doing at the table in the restaurant.
Yeah, but then that's what I'm saying. So when he left out, I guess Dolla and them continued to eat their food. They had to pay a bill and everything. And I think it was something, if I'm not mistaken, you were there. So if I'm not mistaken, they were saying that Dolla and them didn't pay their bill, and then come to find out they did. So they had to wait for their bill. They were trying to say like, "Oh, I guess Aubrey went out and Dolla and them followed them out," but that wasn't true. That ended up not being true. They end up paying their bill. They end up finished eating and paying their bill. So that means Aubrey waited for them out there.
Yeah, they did pay their bill, but they did show video of inside PF Chang of Aubrey leaving. He goes out, and then like within less than a minute, Dolla and the two other brothers that he was with.
He was with Shabazz.
DJ Shabazz and Scrap, and then Psy.
Yeah.
And the video shows Dolla and the two guys walking out. I don't recall if they showed that part. They just the prosecution wanted to show, or Howard, the defense wanted to show that as soon as Aubrey left, they left too after him.
Yeah, but how was it literally a minute? Because if they had to wait for a check and pay a bill, that means they had to tell somebody to go get the thing and pay the bill. So what I'm saying is like they try to say that they didn't pay their bill, so that they was like, "Oh, they just got up right," but that's not true. So that's another lie. You know what I'm saying? First I socked them, then they didn't pay their bill, and the truth didn't come up. So the DA just didn't do their job well.
Yeah, and then one of the things that really I think hurt the prosecution's case is that Howard wanted to show a whole bunch of videos from YouTube of Dolla, and the judge was like, "Nah, I'm not gonna let you show all of those." I think it was like 10 videos. He said, "I'll let you show 2." And he showed 2. He showed the one where he was going off on some dude named
Two pistols.
2 pistols. Yeah.
Two guns.
Who was going off on him? Dolla?
Dollar did a video like going off on 2 pistols, like he was gonna do something to him. So they showed that one.
Yeah, he ended up socking him out.
Yeah.
I remember that 2 pistols, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a one-hit wonder type thing.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if it was if that was the same video, but that he also there was a clip where Dollar said, "Yeah, my mama told me I should whip your ass or something like that."
My mama.
And mom was in court, when they were playing that, so it was kind of like, it was a whole unfortunate situation.
Yeah. So what happened was, bam. Number one, I'm at the BET thing, at the Shrine I'm doing my whole little press shit, my whole little press run, and when I'm near my first off, Scrap De Leon called me, number one, and he say, man, the boy 2 pistols talking crazy. So then I called my sister. My sister called him. He called me. My sister called me and was like, yeah, it's official. He talking crazy. So then my mama called me like, he talking so crazy, whoop his ass. So if my mama tell me whoop his ass, when I see him, I gotta whoop his ass. You know what I'm saying? So I asked Shawty what's happening. He like, yeah, you said something about my song, and just for those that don't know, what happened with the record was, Boo, which is Akon brother, offered me the song. I said, I ain't like the song. I like, not for me. I actually like the song. I can sing you word for word the song. I hear it so much. I like the song. I never had a problem with the song. He misunderstood what I was saying. What I was saying was, I didn't like the song for me. But anyway, that's nothing. So I asked him about it because he was on YouTube talking crazy. When I asked him about it, he kind of tensed up, and I'm face to face with this man, and I'm addressing him with an issue. So all that shit he talking about, he turned his back, and I hit him from the backside. I was with 4 niggas, he lying. I was with a white boy at my A&R. I was with Adam, y'all talking about, Be Easy right here. I was with Cuzzo, and that's it, you know what I'm saying? And that's it. And I seen Cuz was talking that dumb shit. I hit him, knocked him out. He went to the hospital after that. And that's pretty much it. What you got to say, Cuz?
Man's film over, bitch.
Just in reality though, like Dolla and them didn't have no gun or nothing like that. So how was they pretty much a threat to him? They didn't have no gun or anything like that. Like I said, they was caught in so many lies. But again, like I'm not sitting here saying this to say, oh, he should have went to jail or whatever the case may be. I'm just more of saying the DA didn't do his job, and then I'm just referring back to, family being emotional or whatever the case may be, and me using Howard Price,